Are you excited about the socialist program?
Good to give it a shot.
I'm for it all the way.
It has so many policies that I believe in.
This is my friend Daniel, who escaped Venezuela.
Action.
Did you vote for Zoran Mamdani?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I canvass for him.
The young people support him.
Mandani's cool.
Are you at all worried that he is a socialist?
Not really.
I think socialism is actually really good for society.
I'm a professor.
At NYU, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Are you familiar with how socialism worked out in other countries historically?
Just because it didn't work out so well in other parts of the world doesn't mean it won't work out well for New York.
He's letting these people know that are voting in socialism into New York City, letting these people know after the fact that Mamdani is already the mayor of New York City, which in my opinion is very stupid. They should make a law where if you have voted for somebody in that election of mayor to implement these crazy changes here in America of socialism, you should not be allowed to move for a year or two. You should not have that power. You chose to vote for the stupidity of Mamdani's policies, and now other people that didn't vote for him that still live in New York City have to suffer the consequences. And if you're the type of person that's going to be voting for this and then decide, 2 months in, oh, I don't like Mamdani who I voted for, so I'm going to move to another city and get away from this socialism that I accidentally or purposely voted for because I'm uneducated about what socialism is and what it would affect, how it would affect me and my family. Like when you're young, you're dumb. And a lot of us when we're young and we're dumb, we don't like to admit it. But in this case, yes, they are dumb.
I have a friend of mine here who fled Venezuela. He is a living product of socialism not working out in other places.
Came from Venezuela 9 years ago. It's the only country that was ever destroyed by socialism and democracy.
Venezuela, y'all got a lot of other problems to deal with.
The problems were caused by the socialist policy. My family went from making $2,000-$3,000 a month 20 years ago to $100 a month in 2016. That was because the government gave everything you can imagine for free. We went from being a normal middle-class family with a car, and then no electricity, no water. Mamdani actually thinks that Maduro was not a dictator, and 10 years ago he actually praised our rigged elections.
What specific socialist policies do you think led to that?
The government took over people's businesses, farms, grocery stores, factories. Do you support the proposal?
And you know what? You don't even think about that, because when you have somebody offering the majority of everybody free things, why should they pay you a certain amount of money when you go to work? If everything around you is free, you don't need that money to be paid to you to be able to do those things, groceries or transportation, whatever that they're trying to propose in New York City. So he said his family was making $2,000 to $3,000 a month 20 years ago, and then in 2016 they were making $100 a month. Like, because they don't need to pay you if you're getting everything around you for free. And that's going to be a pain in the ass for people, because they're going to be like, well, I want to be able to purchase things, and now I won't be able to. Well, that's where you have to really think about what people are expecting, that there's a system of government where you get every single thing for free and still go to work and get all this tons of money, and what, you're rich all of a sudden? They think it's a loophole to being rich, maybe. I don't know what they were thinking.
Because the government gave everything you can imagine for free. We went from being a normal middle-class family with a car, and then no electricity, no water. Mamdani actually thinks that Maduro was not a dictator, and 10 years ago he actually praised our rigged elections.
What specific socialist policies do you think led to that?
The government took over people's businesses, farms, grocery stores, factories. Do you support the proposal of government grocery stores?
Of course I do.
There was very little supply of chicken, toilet paper. There was a line for blocks and blocks for a grocery store.
It's all about money, my friend. Corruption.
Wait, what do you think the grocery store sells you food? For charity or for money?
For money.
That's not a bad thing.
What happened in Venezuela isn't going to happen here. The policy is more focused on helping people out.
Every politician would promise to help the people. Socialism is the government owns and controls the means of production. That is the companies, the businesses. Like Mom Danny says, the government will own the grocery store. 9 million of us escaped our country. It's the largest refugee crisis in the world.
Crazy. Wow.
There is a lot of opportunities to use the wealth of New York to help everyone else.
You know, they have tried that in the Soviet Union, from where my parents and my grandparents are from. All they remember of grocery stores is empty shelves.
Son Mom Danny himself said that his goal is to abolish private property.
All of it. He's going to take everything.
We can establish community land trusts to gradually buy up housing on the private market and convert it to community ownership.
You want to live in a public housing? No. New York City builds less total housing units than Austin, Texas, a city that is 1/8 of the size of New York.
We need a change.
But then the change that we need is one that increases the supply of housing, right? Not that one that will decrease it like Mamdani. And I fear that what happened in Venezuela, Maduro, president that was originally democratically elected, decided to give everything away for free, take people's businesses, for the workers, and then it all went bankrupt and became very poor.
Over 62% of young people and 66% of Democrats support socialism nationwide.
The Democratic Socialists of America,
Yeah,
you heard
yeah.
of them? Mamdani is a part of it, right?
Yeah.
The DSA went to Venezuela just last year to support the dictator and say that he won the election that he didn't.
I had no idea.
I did not know.
Do you think we should be supporting dictators like that?
Oh, no.
Government rent control. It's going to stop people from renting apartments because they're not going to be able to profit. There are going to be fewer apartments for rent, and then we're going to have less opportunities to actually live.
That's a good point. I agree with that.
Okay.
I understand more about socialism now for sure.
Since we have had more free markets and capitalism in the world, billions of people have been lifted from poverty. And that every country that has attempted socialism, Venezuela, Cuba, the Soviet Union, North Korea, Eastern Europe, many countries in Africa, all of them became poor.
You've been through it in Venezuela.
Yes.
Why don't you move out of New York?
I already did, actually.
Oh, then awesome. Why do you care?
Well, I already moved out of my country too. You think people should just keep moving out as socialists destroy their countries and their
I mean,
cities?
if you don't like the policies that the government's in power are doing, then yeah.
I think my opinion might have changed a little bit.
I'll be doing more research. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I heard a great quote about social.
What an idiot thing to say, though, because, okay,
Oh, then awesome. Why do you care?
Well, I already moved out of my country too. You think people should just keep moving out as socialists destroy their countries and their cities?
and he did. He moved out of his country, came to America, and now he's letting these people know that are voting in socialism into New York City, letting these people know after the fact that Mamdani is already the mayor of New York City, which in my opinion is very stupid. They should make a law where if you have voted for somebody in that election of mayor to implement these crazy changes here in America of socialism, you should not be allowed to move for a year or two. You should not have that power. You chose to vote for the stupidity of Mamdani's policies, and now other people that didn't vote for him that still live in New York City have to suffer the consequences. And if you're the type of person that's going to be voting for this and then decide, 2 months in, oh, I don't like Mamdani who I voted for, so I'm going to move to another city and get away from this socialism that I accidentally or purposely voted for because I'm uneducated about what socialism is and what it would affect, how it would affect me and my family. Like these, when you're young, you're dumb, and a lot of us, when we're young and we're dumb, we don't like to admit it. But in this case, yes, they are dumb. You'd think by the time you're 18, and have the right to vote, you'd be able to make a very good vote. But the problem is they need to emphasize this in the senior year of high school before people turn 18, or even junior year, because there's some people that turn 18 a lot sooner. Maybe junior year of high school, teaching students the process of voting, the differences from different views and what to look for, and the pros, cons of each party. That way you can kind of distinguish, okay, I lean more this way. This is somebody who I would vote for. Understanding what the parties are. And then once you start hearing, political figures on stage speaking on that party, then you can match it with what you have been taught in school. I mean, these are simple solutions. People don't want to, they just want to just be like, hey, let's just throw these kids out here, let them, listen to these crooked ass politicians that are going to feed them literal bullshit, and then have them be voted in, and then get questioned by people that have actually went through the struggles of socialism and then be like, yeah, you make good points.
If you don't like the policies that the government's power are doing, then yeah.
I think my opinion might have changed a little bit.
I'll be doing more research. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I heard a great quote about socialism, which is, it's really a great system until you run out of spending other people's money.
With the rise of socialism in America, it's more important than ever that we have these conversations.
I'm Tanya with the Free Press.
And I'm Daniel DiMartino. See you next time.
Yeah, but you guys had the conversation way too late. He's already in, and now this is why I don't like it, because you're going to go out there and start changing people's mind and hearing the truth. And these people are going to be like, you know what? We got to get out of here. We got to leave now. We got to figure out a way how to get out of here. And I don't like that, because it leaves all the people that didn't vote for Mamdani stuck there. That ones that didn't want to leave New York City, outside of thinking about politics. They just love the city of New York, the atmosphere, the people, the buildings, and the architecture, everything about New York City outside of politics. And it's just really not fair to those people, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody. This one's for Charlie.